Unfortunately, this version won't have your witty little quote thing at the start, but welcome back to As the Chakram Turns. I'm Helen.
I'm Bryn.
And we are going to be talking about Xena, Season 3, Episode 9, Warrior Priestess Tramp.
Unhand that Hestian!
Yeah, good times. This is another one of the doppleganger episodes. One of the last, at least the last I think that uses this, like, mistaken identity thing. Well, for Xena anyway, we got a few for Gabrielle coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma.
All the trauma. I'm going to apologize about my voice, which may cut out. I have been sick, as has Bryn, because her children are tiny germ factories that came home for March break and got sick and then gave it to us at the end of March break. So,
Yay.
Alright, this episode starts off in a town where there's a warlord or some sort of bad guy terrorizing a city, and then Xena steps in about to fight him, and then Xena, in quotes, throws her sword down and says everybody should just think about peace instead. And then everybody's very confused, including people watching.
Yes.
And then she goes on about how these warlords need to turn away from violence and towards the light, towards Hestia, the goddess of hearth and home and virgins. She is advocating for everybody to become Hestian virgins. Anyway, this doesn't go over well, and so she gets captured.
After she gets captured, that's when Gabrielle comes into the picture, trying to figure out what's going on.
Mostly because she's up on a pyre. Like, they take Xena and they have her up on a pyre about to be burned at the stake.
Yep.
And she's still not stopping talking about Hestia.
Nope. If this be Hestia's will, let it be.
Yeah, she's just like, it's fine. I'm not even going to fight back because I'm not violent and it's just going to be the way it goes. The one saving grace is Lucy has a little bit of a speech impediment here. So we know that it's not Xena, other than the fact that, like, they didn't fight. We know it's not Xena.
Yes.
Because of that. Which I think is nice. I don't like when I don't know who's being who or whatever.
Right.
That bugs me. Bugs Gabrielle, too. She's really confused about this. And really angry because she thinks Xena's punishing her.
All I did was say I want a little more responsibility. Not all of it. Come on.
Yeah.
So, Gabrielle ends up saving Xena.
Yeah.
Pulling her into an alleyway after all the kerfuffle goes down. And as she has her in the alleyway, being like, what is wrong with you? What is happening right now? And actually stops and be able to pay attention to her best friend to be like, you're not my best friend.
No, she's like, you're Diana. Oh, Princess Diana or Queen Diana. Yeah. And so, Your Majesty, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you. She's like, and then, like, the Xena is still like, what? And she's like, Meg. And then she's still, what?
She's like, okay, who are you?
Yeah.
And once learning that it's Leah.
Yeah.
Jiminy Crickets.
The head priestess for Hestia. Making her a Hestian virgin.
Priestess. Gabrielle.
Starts laughing. She giggles a little bit.
Has much glee over this entire situation.
Yeah, and the way she cannot wait to show Xena what she found is brilliant.
It is.
Yeah.
And brings... so they go back to where Xena is camping. And she's sharpening her sword. Gabrielle's like, you'll never believe who I ran into. Oh, yeah? Not even caring.
Yeah, she's just kind of... Well, she cares, but it's like that... Yeah, okay, tell me what you're saying. Like, it's the... Continue the conversation. Oh, yeah, not the big dramatic... Oh, yeah, that Gabrielle needed.
And it was nice to see how their communication got better because Gabrielle was like, "Will you just play along for a minute?
Yeah.
Will you take the
Oh,
time?"
gee, Gabrielle, what have you found? Which was not appreciated.
Not appreciated for Gabs, but hilarious to watchers.
Yeah.
Also was hilarious to me because it is stuff that I have done to you.
And it is.
Exactly how you've responded to me.
Yep.
Or you have said to me, maybe I could be more excited if you were quicker with your stories.
I mean, that's just true, though.
Not saying you were wrong.
And I understand.
But
you can't
it's
have it both ways.
But I do appreciate that communication getting better with the two of them.
Although, I mean, a little less passive aggressiveness would be better.
We'll get there.
Yeah. No, we won't.
No.
Anyway, Xena does the same thing, thinking it's Diana, and then thinking it's Meg,
Meg.
and then being like, nope, what?
Yeah. So they sit down to talk to Leah about what's happening, why she's there, what she was wearing. And she's like, I just found this garbage in my closet. And then I got a vision to go and see the people.
I think it was left on her bed or something.
I don't quite remember. It's a
But-
very forgettable episode in this case.
Yeah, there's not a lot of details to remember.
But well worth the watch.
It's a fun episode, for sure.
And you need the fun episode before you go into the maternal instincts.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, we're gonna have to.
Not right now.
Nope.
Anyway, so they decide as a trio to go back to the Hestian temple that Leah is from to figure out what's going on.
And as they are cloaked,
Mhm.
they can see that the head priestess, the Hestian priestess running the ceremony is Meg.
Yeah, though they get told that it's Leah.
Yes.
But then she makes a joke.
Yeah.
It's very clearly Meg.
Yeah.
But instead of, like, confronting them at that time, they take Leah away. Which is also showing some growth on Xena's part, rather than just, like, sending Gabrielle off. She's making sure, like, Leah is safe first, and then, like, involving Gabrielle a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throughout this time, while Gabrielle is bringing Leah to the tavern, or, Meg's brothel,
Mm-hmm.
she starts trying to, well, not be a seamstress, but she's altering. That's the word I'm looking for. She's altering the outfit Leah is in.
Yeah, because they brought Leah to Meg's brothel. Because where else is she going to fit in, right?
She's definitely not going to fit in, but she can hide.
She can hide. Like, she can just stay in a room where they also find Joxer. So now Joxer's involved. But he did pretty good. He didn't make too much of a butt of himself this time.
No, he didn't do too bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole different Joxer the Mighty song that happens in the brothel.
It was an excellent song.
Great rendition. It was
Not
fantastic.
my favorite. My favorite is in a couple episodes.
Yes, my favorite's also in a couple episodes.
While Xena is up at the temple, she gets dressed in the priestess outfit. She goes and confronts Meg. Meg is like, I thought I was doing something good. You said he needed some help. Which is the same story that Gabrielle is getting down at the temple from Joxer.
Yeah.
He's apparently there when Meg was asked for help. So when Xena thought Meg was doing a bad thing, finds out she's actually doing a good thing, or tried to do a good thing, and is kind of caught up because she's kind of an idiot. So Xena goes off to explore things, and that's when she finds the medallion that shows that the head priest guy, Bailey, that Meg calls him Bailey, that's not his name.
It is Balius, you're right.
It is Balius?
Yes.
She calls him Bailey. It's confusing, but maybe that's why he's so mad at her all the time.
That she does not pull off a convincing priestess.
No, she doesn't. She's not even remotely convincing. And she's not smart because she instantly tells Balius that Xena is there.
I've got friends. They're helping. Somebody's actually after Leah. You don't know what's going on, but I do. And we're going to get it sorted out. And it's like, oh, Meg, you sweet,
Which gets
sweet
Meg
soul.
Put under, like, lockdown.
Yeah.
Again.
It's like, oh, you try.
Yeah.
Well, Leah is in what she determined was a den of filth.
Mm-hmm.
Learning about what is happening, going through It was her going through the brothel, opening up doors randomly to the different sounds that were coming out of these rooms.
It was hilarious.
Oh! Ha! 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 That
Almost
is
as good when she found out all the costumes.
Yeah.
All the costumes that Meg had in her room.
Yeah.
So then she decides to put on a priestess costume because it's not like she's trying to hide or anything.
It does make you question the intelligence of some of these, right? Because she does. She puts on the priestess costume, gets
Prostitutes.
them together.
The ladies of the night.
The ladies of the night together.
To sing about Hestia.
And she's convinced
Onward
that
virgin soldiers.
she could make virgins of them yet.
Yep. I guess virginity is just a state of mind.
Yes,
For
sir.
Hestia. You know what?
Well,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's not important to me right now.
At the end of the episode, she does say that you don't have to be a virgin to be virtuous.
Well, I mean, I agree with that.
It's true. But I'm glad that there was growth on her part as well in this small part she plays. She also does keep trying to get Gabrielle to come to the virgin side.
Because she thinks Gabrielle would make a pretty priestess.
Gabrielle would make a pretty priestess.
I think it's sus that a Xena lookalike wants Gabrielle to be a pretty priestess.
Are we really that suspicious about it?
I think it's sus. She's
a
a virgin priestess.
Well, it does depend on what you consider a virgin.
I get that. It's still sus.
I've had many thoughts all of a sudden just crowded in my
You
head.
guys should have seen her face. She had too many thoughts. So, back at the temple, Xena is able to figure out that Bailey's big plan is basically to kill all of the Hestians. Because he's against them. Because the group that he's a part of is all against Hestians for reasons.
Not that we really learn about them.
No, we don't learn about the reasons, and I'm okay with that, but I just find it interesting that an episode from 1998 has similar elements about people that don't like virgins, that choose to stay virgins in it. I wish we would move faster as a society, basically.
It would be nice, because again, you're right, it was 1998 of this airing.
Yeah.
And it's still relevant.
Yeah.
This show should not be
I was
relevant.
like, oh my god, that's an incel. Like, why else are you mad at people that are choosing to be virtuous and virgins? Like, I mean, I don't necessarily, like, sex and those two aren't equated in my brain, but, like, they are, for all purposes, in this show, in this episode, since it comes up a couple of times.
Yes.
That, you know, that's what they're tying it to. So, he hates virgins. He's an incel. Like, I just... man, I wish some of these things didn't hit hard twice.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we had moved a little bit further as a society, but we do what we gotta do, I guess.
Hopefully we will move further along in society.
I'm gonna say watching this stuff is not as shocking as watching, like, season 4 of The Simpsons and having it still be very relevant in 2020. That was a fucking culture shock I was not prepared for, which we could discuss at a different time.
Yep.
So Xena finds out this plan to kill all of the Hestians. And he also wow. Xena also finds out that Bailey does know that she's around, and which case also knows where Leah is, because she just assumes Meg is dumb. Like, she's not mad at her for it.
Nope.
She just assumed, because she's not educated in how to keep yourself calm like this. So she just assumed if Bailey knew she was there, then Bailey knew where Leah was.
Yep.
He just automatically assumed. So they go down.
And she was right.
They go down to get Leah with Meg. Somehow. I don't remember how that happens. It's a dungeon thing. It
was a very kind of...
Joxer came for some... Anyway, they all go back down to Leah, who is now taught all of the brothel ladies how to sing nicely. Sort of. And they come up with like their own little plan. And then they say goodbye to Meg, and Xena and Leah and Gabrielle go back up to the temple so Leah can do the final rites or whatever.
Kill all the Hestians.
Yes.
But they had grabbed Leah, but they thought it was Meg.
No. The plan the entire time. They had made it sound like they were... Yeah, they took Meg. They made it sound like they were leaving Meg, but they were leaving Leah, because they knew that Bailey had already come down. Because Meg had told Bailey.
Yeah.
About everything that was going on. Xena just automatically assumed. Because once he knows, like, that he knew everything, I guess. Because I don't know if Meg told him. But Meg told Bailey about Leah being down at the temple and about that. Or not the temple, down at the tavern. So... Then everybody gets back down at the tavern, and Xena and Gabrielle and Leah, quotes, leave to go back up to the temple to do the last rites. But Leah is actually the one at the tavern, and Meg is the one that they take back up to the temple. Because they don't know where Bailey is. Or they're still trying to play into Bailey's thing. Because that's when Bailey steals Meg, who they've left at the temple. But it's actually Leah. Because he gets her to do the thing, and he's like, it's not going to be a big deal. You just have to read this. I've already written it out. Just read the words, and it'll be fine. So she pretends to read the words, but they're words that they're not written.
Because it's in the ancient Hestian language, where she tells them to not swallow the drink that they have to drink.
Yeah. If he was so good at it, you'd think he would have noticed while she was talking.
You would think. Like, if you knew the language. But clearly, there's some plot holes.
I didn't realize how many until I started talking about them. Anyway, he thinks he's succeeded at poisoning them all, and then they wake up and they spit everything out, and he's like, oh fuck, it's Leah. And he takes Leah and goes to try to kill her, while Xena and her buddies are fighting everybody else. And then they get the bad guy.
Yep.
Basically, that's it.
At the end, Leah has grown.
She's sort of grown.
Ish.
Yeah. She
still wants to claim Gabrielle.
Yeah, she still had Priestess for the Hestian Virgin. Still wants Gabrielle for herself. As, like, basically everyone does that meets Xena after this point. Excuse me. I forgot what I was going to say. I burped and forgot.
Well, it started off with, like, every Xena seems to want to have Gabrielle.
They do. Just, like, any, like, good... A lot of the people, they either want Gabrielle or they want Xena. But they start to interact more and more with female bad guys rather than male bad guys.
I'm not ready for that one to come out.
And it never changes. Like,
no.
even when they act with the female bad guys, like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying Leah's a bad guy, but it's just the start of a pattern. Like, even when they act with the female ones,
Yeah, I know, because I know who
they
you're...
want Gabrielle. I'm not even just talking about Najara. Like, they all go after Gabrielle. Like, even AtCt tries.
Yeah, but AtCt just wants to kill Gabrielle.
AtCt wants... Yeah, but AtCt also recognizes that, like, getting Gabrielle on her side is a good idea because that's fun.
Yeah.
Not gonna work, but it's fun.
So, but when they're saying goodbye to Leah and she turns to Gabrielle to be like, I still think you would have made a great virgin, Xena gives Gabrielle a knowing look.
Like, the best knowing look.
Just...
It's like a raised
Gold.
eyebrow, smirk.
Yeah.
Perfect look. And there's no subtext. Again, that is texty text. Only text. I need to find some of these images from these shows and be like, there's no... Where's the subtext?
Yeah.
Show it to me. Or maybe I just have, like, really high expectations for subtext or low expectations for subtext.
You might have very high expectations for subtext because this got missed by how many censors?
I mean, a lot. And there's a lot of dirty jokes in these episodes, too.
Yeah. It's so many.
It's just, yeah, it's a good time. And I don't know. I know I do have high expectations for subtext, but I also, like, the 90s was, like, the era of will they, won't they, right? We had the Ross and Rachel bullshit. We had a lot of, like, will they, won't they couples, because that was just all anybody ever wanted. So I always looked for the couples that weren't will they, won't they. They were always just...
Together.
Which gave me, like... Scully and Mulder. Which is some OG pain. Xena and Gabrielle. Janeway and Chakotay.
It's waiting for you to bring that one up.
Oh. You know, all these relationships that are very, very, very heavily implied, but never, like, confirmed.
Yeah.
To be real. I don't know why I thought that was the thing that I needed. I also, like, I grew up on a lot of really family comedies, too, so I just... Yeah, I don't know. The episode, though, is good. Forgettable, but solid. I would still give it a solid 7.
Yeah, I agree with 7. The disclaimer was, despite another Xena lookalike, the gene pool, or rather gene puddle, was not harmed during the production of this motion picture.
Yeah, I do think she's the last one. But we do see Meg more often. We see Meg for a few more times. Quite a few more times.
Yeah, quite a few. Meg ends up being kind of a standard... staple character that keeps coming around,
which is fine.
Which is great because I enjoy Meg a lot,
and I enjoy that her and Joxer get married.
Yes,
that makes me happy. I mean, we never see it, and that makes me sad. But like that being in canon makes me happy.
Yes.
Hopefully, we will have this episode up very soon. If you're listening to it, it's obviously there. Sometimes I start a sentence that doesn't make sense, but I never stop.
We are hoping to get in a better groove of things.
We are now feeling better, so it shouldn't be too hard. We are skipping the next episode because I have issues with Aphrodite.
You do have issues with Aphrodite.
We did check to make sure that it wasn't storyline central, though.
It's not storyline central. I'd say if you're watching through Xena, give it a watch, but it is very Xena light, which, after having already a Xena light episode, I don't want another one.
Yeah.
And nothing really major happens in it.
It's not important for the rest of the ongoing overarching storyline of trauma.
We're gonna jump into our trauma!
It's just the start of the trauma, and I don't actually remember this episode being very good, so I
don't think we particularly care for maternal instincts.
So we'll see how it goes.
But there are big things that happen.
Obviously. It ends as a cliffhanger. Literally ends as a cliffhanger.
But how does it go? Is it maternal instincts?
Bittersweet.
No! I thought we had another episode before the bittersweet.
No. It's maternal instincts to the bittersweet, because the maternal instincts ends with them separating.
Oh, that's right.
And the bittersweet brings them back together. I'm sure it's going to be some interesting times.
Oh, I'm not ready.
You're not ready because after bittersweet is won against an army, and I am not emotionally prepared.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, this episode's probably crushed me more than any episode ever has. So yes, I'm not prepared. Hopefully I won't avoid it too much and we can get these episodes done. Not that I avoid emotions or anything.
No, not you. Not at all.
No. So if you guys want to join us, you can give it a watch and then send us some emails at astheshockreturns@gmail.com or find us on our socials with As the Shock Returns.
Join in on conversations.
Yeah, come have some fun with us. We're mostly fun, normal people. We're fun people. Maybe normal was too strong of a word.
Okay.
Till next time.
Bye, guys.